up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Gotham After Show here on the stream.tv. It's your boy Devon, and feel free right now to take this time to go ahead and subscribe. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, whatever your social media you got, so you can see us every week, every Monday. To my right, we got your girl, the lovely Vi, and your boy David. Unfortunately, Tommy wasn't able to be here with us today. He got some work to do. He's busy. But about that episode, though, it was pretty interesting. I'll say my one thing about it. I did like that they stayed consistent with that one villain the whole time. We had the crane going on. I mean, how'd you feel about it, Vi? You seemed like you had a lot.
I really liked it, actually.
Yeah?
I gotta admit that I was bummed that we never figured... We never saw an end to the Fish Black Panther fight at the last
that's
episode.
The thing.
So that was really unresolved.
Yeah.
But I loved the Bruce Alfred thing. I thought the Jonathan Crane story was really strong.
Well, let's not jump too far ahead because, those are going to obviously be our topics for today. But we'll start off with Fish. Now, my first question is, I don't know if maybe you guys saw it, maybe I missed it, but where the hell is she? Because I feel like right now somebody just flushed the fish down the toilet. Like, I don't know if her and Jungle,
clue.
Tears of the Sun, African general, decided he won and he was just like, I'm done with you.
All I remember is that last episode they had that classic X-Men cartoon moment where the villain's on one, and it's all of a sudden she wakes up somewhere else and you're like, all right, what happened?
Because I'm still curious who he was and
I know,
where
right?
she's at. Like,
and
there's a lot of
him, who sent this guy to go collect her, and I would have liked to see that fight scene, man.
Yeah.
We haven't got to see Fish be very vicious. I mean, she talks a big talk, but come on.
I'm the captain now.
Oh, look at me. I am the captain now. But no, we've seen her be vicious. Obviously with the guy that she wanted to call Doc or Mace, who, well, obviously, like you said, isn't nobody important, I'm assuming.
I don't know.
I don't really know who that guy is. I guess he was disposable, obviously, as quick as she just, hit him in the neck. She got the blade, the only blade that was down there, which I thought was a lot bigger, it looked like, but I guess it was a little knife. Because that's enough to rule the kingdom nowadays.
She's got blades, so she got 10 blades.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? Perfect makeup on, too,
that?
so that must not be that bad of an area.
And a very smart gold catsuit, or gold jumpsuit.
That ain't nobody messing with. But, where do you see Fish going from here? I mean, obviously she's taking over we'll just call it the underworld.
Do you think that this is some weird, Gotham version of the pit that they threw Bane in or something like that?
I was just thinking that exact same thing. I was just thinking it's the same Bane prison from Dark Knight Rises.
Except far less cool, truthfully, but it's hard to be that cool, I guess.
I mean, I'm not sure, but I know she's going to resurface at one point and see that there's no longer a fish in her window at the nightclub.
Yeah,
now it's going to be that umbrella. So I'm very curious to see how that goes, by the way. Speaking of Penguin, he's finally got his spot. Calls it Oswald's right now. I don't know how you feel about that, D.
I don't know. I mean, I was waiting for him because I remember the last episode he was like, we're going to call it, it's called, and then he got cut off.
It's like the biggest
we're waiting
tease.
for him to call
it is so
say its name.
Yeah, and especially when he had that invitation, you're like, he's gonna open it and it's gonna say the Iceberg Lounge, and then it just never did. So it's just the biggest tease ever. Speaking of teases, I don't want to get ahead, but in the last preview episode we saw the little bat fall down something. I was like, oh, he's gonna fall in the bat cave and stuff like that. So I just feel like this is this new tactic that the show has, is they dangle all these carrots in front of our faces, and we're just so close. We don't get it.
Yeah, no, I definitely feel you on that one. Going back to Penguin for now, though. The whole Three's company that they got going on is Maroni, it's Penguin, and you got Falcone. Okay, and now it looks like Falcone's buddy with Maroni. Like, hey, I scratch your back, you scratch mine. Don't kill the Penguin. So he's gonna last a little bit longer. I'm curious to see that now he hit him with the whole once Falcone's out the picture, I'm taking you out. So he just straight up told him. He was like, just be prepared for that. So do you think now that sets up Penguin, his first goal in mind, now that he has a little power, a little pull, is to go ahead and take out Maroni?
Well, I don't think he's going to take out Maroni, but I don't think Falcone's going to die anytime soon either. I mean, if and when that does happen, I'm pretty sure Penguin's, he's going to be all right when Maroni comes for him.
You think so? Because, they're obviously two characters, well, all three of them are characters that, are around for the Bat era, as we say. So I'm assuming none of them are going to kill each other. And then a whole little judge scene with the little dominatrix girl whooping up on the judge or whatever. I don't know if that was a sexual thing or was she torturing him?
No. It was I think it was a blackmail, because he was with He hired a male hooker, slept with a young man,
Yeah.
and then
But that wasn't enough.
Falcone poisoned the kid to kill him, brought them there, and then they took pictures of him.
With the woman?
Yeah.
Well, like you said, I feel like finding the male hooker was enough
Yeah.
blackmail. Why you gotta like make it worse? So did they take pictures of that and now the other part? So you gave him a girl?
I guess.
It's like extra
It was
vicious.
probably one of Zaz's girls, probably. That's what it
Maybe.
looked like.
I mean, as powerful as she was. Speaking of that, I wonder how
speaking
Zaz
of,
is
where
doing.
is Zaz?
Yeah, what
I
the hell is
miss him.
Zaz? Because I mean, we heard on the preview. We'll go ahead and talk about the preview.
Yeah, there's a lot in that preview.
That he said something about Butch.
So apparently, I was reading the synopsis. Butch comes back and he's Penguin's #2 in the new place, as like he was for Fishes.
Yeah.
And
Got out somehow.
So I don't know. I think Zaz turned him out a little bit.
Hey, well, we're gonna save the rest of that preview for later because I mean, we obviously got a
we got a big thing to talk
reveal
about.
going on with that. But
Yeah.
we're gonna definitely get to that right after this. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Hey, I'm Tommy Bechtold from the Stream.tv, and let me tell you, when it comes to Valentine's Day, I am a total zero. My bad ideas for gifts range from stale chocolates to baby alligators. And let me tell you something about baby alligators. They become full-size alligators, and then you got a zoo problem. So I racked my brain for what would be the perfect Valentine's gift, and the answer the whole time was right under my nose. Kai-Mu flowers. These things are beautiful. Give them to the person you love the most. There you go, big guy, nice shirt. Happy Valentine's Day. Make Valentine's Day Valentine's Day by clicking below.
I hope you guys enjoyed that. Like I said, Tommy couldn't be here with us, but as always, he did let his presence be known.
Yeah.
That's your boy, Tommy B. Shout out and much love. And don't forget those Kai-Mu flowers. Never heard of them before, but hey, what the hell? I'm going to give them a shot, see what happens,
Ladies love flowers. I can speak
Yes.
from experience.
Oh, speaking of ladies, we can't forget Miss Tompkins.
Yeah.
The baddest of them all, of course. Yes, Herman Gordon. Now she's working at the GCPD. Okay. And it seems to be going good right now. They already got some drama because she want to kiss in the workplace and he don't. He trying to keep business and pleasure separated. But obviously, baby mama drama is just going to follow him regardless. Which, by the way, Barbara's disappeared. So I wonder where she's at. If you guys know, please let me know because I'm curious. Where the
She's
hell
still
is Barbara?
staying at her parents.
Is that what it is?
And I mean, the longer she's disappeared, the better for the rest of us, right?
There you go. So I guess, it's a good thing for all of us.
It's interesting because I think I see them trying to fix the mistakes that they made with the Barbara character in this Dr. Tompkins character.
Tompkins.
Like to show that she's like a little bit more independent. She's less of like a ball and chain. I don't know. I see that a little bit.
And
But-
I'm not going to pass up that whole part where Gordon's like, been 3 dates and I ain't seen the inside of your apartment yet.
Yeah, she's
Like,
like,
what's the
which
kitchen
room?
looking like?
The bedroom.
What's the living room looking like? What's the bedroom looking like? All right, let's cool. Taxi,
Oh,
let's
yeah.
go. I was like, damn.
Shameless Gordon, yeah.
I said, okay. He said, I'm done with the bullshit. Hey, we gonna get to it. He said, all right, Leslie. It's been 3 dates. Okay, that's about what? 3 expensive dinners that I'm done paying for. So we gonna do this, okay?
Yeah.
And we can't.
Super funny.
Okay, so Nygma and Penguin at the GCPD doing their whole
Yeah.
little socially awkward meeting right there. I mean, what really? We saw why Penguin was doing it, but what do you think Nygma's whole thing about it was? Because obviously he knew who he was.
See, about that, like, that scene did not play out the way I thought it was going to.
Yeah.
What do you think it was going to be?
I don't know. Maybe it'd be a start of like some criminal relationship or
There you
something.
go.
Like, but it really looked like Penguin had absolutely no interest whatsoever, and
Yeah.
Nygma was just curious.
Yeah, you know what I think it was? I think it was shameless fan service. I think everyone was just like, "Ooh, yeah, let's see them get together." Ooh, because whatever Nygma wanted from the Penguin, I didn't see what it was. I mean, maybe this is me searching for meaning where there isn't necessarily any. But it seems like maybe Nygma's starting to get a little bit fascinated by the criminal life. Here in the last episode, he framed someone for something.
Yeah.
So who knows? Maybe Nygma's kind of dipping his toe into the criminal waters,
So you're
and
just
he's
trying to
like,
kinda
"Oh,
see what
hey,
it-
yeah." he's
See what
like,
it looks like up close.
Tell me
huh?
about crime, Penguin. I have a kind of a creepy crush on you.
Oh, random. I just remember the whole.
We already know you do, though.
We do. Everyone knows you love Copper
You have a
Pot.
creepy crush on
Yeah.
Copper
Creepy
Pot.
crush on all of them. But the prelude we got to the circus.
Yeah.
You being the biggest Batman fan that I know of so far.
the biggest Robin fan, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm
You're
saying
Dennis Grayson,
prelude
right?
to the circus.
The
Who do we
original,
know
Dick
from the
Grayson.
circus?
Dick Grayson AKA the
But
only real true Robin.
They're
and
not going to
Nightwing.
bring in Dick Grayson yet. So
Yeah, they
I'm saying
shouldn't.
the
They
Flying
definitely
Graysons.
shouldn't. If Bruce is like this big, she
Yeah,
shouldn't even be pregnant with
he
Robin.
shouldn't
That's what
even
I'm
be a
saying.
fetus
the,
right now.
Imagine the Flying
He's
Graysons
still a
at like
sperm
a
somewhere.
young teenage age, maybe early 20s. They haven't had Robin yet, or
Yeah.
Dick Grayson. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, Prelude to the Circus. So, you know, just be prepared if we get a hint, a wink next episode,
Yeah, no.
like, next up, the Flying Graysons, and then it's just, you know, we forget
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah, I mean, it like that would be nice to see. Like, it has nothing to do with the story. Like, please don't focus on it. But like,
Yeah.
it's like a prelude to the future. Like Donal Logue, like they've been doing this for a while.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and he's, that'd be great.
And I also got a quick prelude. I don't know if you guys did the same way I did, but when Bruce was doing his little, Bruce Gone Wild out there in the little wilderness of the backyard, obviously, and he fell down, and fell down what we hoped would have been the Bat Pit, which come on, give us that already. I'm ready to see. Now we got fear,
Yes.
but now they've introduced fear as like a topic, like a big thing with the whole Jonathan Crane thing, which we'll talk about. But now we see like overcoming fear and stuff like that. I feel like that's going to wither over to Bruce and his little thing, because he's already
Nice.
become a little man. Okay, he's a
Yeah.
grown little child, and falling down there, I assumed he was going to do the bad thing, but he didn't. But I felt like they gave us a quick foreshadow as to him and Alfred's future vigilante relationship.
Yeah.
Like we
Yeah.
were saying, like, Alfred, I need you to come get me. I
Yeah.
got 3 bullet holes in my ribs. And he'd be like, okay, Monster Bruce. And he just pulls up with the Bentley
It
and like
throws
picks
him in
him
the
out the
back seat.
sewer. Yeah, throws him in the
Yeah.
back. Like, I feel like we got a quick prelude to that.
No, for
You
sure.
know? So
Yeah.
shout out to that. And you know, Alfred's my boy.
Yeah.
Alfred, the butler, the astronaut, the military man, the ninja assassin, the guy himself, Alfred. But I mean, what do you guys think about the whole camping trip, quote unquote, in the backyard?
Well, like I said, I was convinced that we were going to see the Bat Pit, and we didn't. So I was just like, oh, curse you, Gotham, for getting my hopes up. But I mean, it was still a great episode because, like, you know, I'm starting to like want to see not like crazy Batman, but like not Boy Scout Batman.
brooding Batman?
So yeah, so I was like excited to see him get mad and throw the stones, and I was like, that's right, man. You kind of have anger issues sometimes that you got to deal with. So let's see those.
What about you, Dave?
I wanted to see that. I thought we were going to see the cave, but we didn't. So I don't know. I was kind of disappointed.
And what was the significance with the rocks? I mean, maybe you guys.
I
got that
don't know.
better idea.
Apparently, from what I can tell from watching the show, apparently that's something that him and his father did once a year, and every year they brought a rock to the top of the thing.
Yeah.
And they left it so as like, oh, this is how many years we've done it together.
Yeah.
And that's why the
Oh, and
father's.
his was so big and the father's one was so small.
Yeah, because the father's been doing it for longer since Bruce
Yeah.
was.
Oh, well,
So I
that's
guess
sad.
that's what
That
it was.
definitely put a damper on my heart for a little bit.
Aw.
But as we were talking about fear, so now we, excuse me, now we've got the origin story of Jonathan Crane, aka the Scarecrow, as we all should know. I don't know if you didn't. Well, there you go. While I reveal the Scarecrow, okay. The dad, I guess, you know, like they said, he utilized it to eliminate fear, while the son is going to utilize it to instill fear. So now we see the origin story of Jonathan Crane himself, okay, which is cool. I appreciated that. We finally got a little CG in there with the whole little.
It was terrible CG,
But I mean, we got something out of
I-
that.
that's the CG.
I still kind of liked it though. I mean, like I was like, ooh, that's creepy and scary,
Yeah.
and that's not just like bland and yawn.
Yeah.
So I thought that was really well done. This origin story I really liked, and
I
also
will say, yeah.
and really props to that young, you know, the emo Jonathan, like that little kid did really good. They've had some good. They found some good young talent on this show. Him and Batman.
Yeah.
I'm both really impressed with the work that those young actors did.
I will say his origin story is one of the ones I do appreciate a little bit more. You know.
Well, yeah. I mean, I have to say it's probably one of the only ones I don't want to slam my face into a wall about yet so far. Because as far as this show's version of origin stories
Yeah.
have been happening,
Yeah.
because that one's not like, oh, like, all right, cool. Like the character could still grow up to be the same kind of character.
Yeah.
It's not too far off kilter, so it's like, all right, cool. I can buy that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like the Black Mask thing. So.
Well, I'm not gonna let you get started on
Yeah,
that. I know
we'll
you
go
got
back.
some hard feelings, but let us know what you guys think. Hashtag GothamAS, Twitter, Facebook, subscribe on YouTube, and we'll be right back. So get on there in the chat and hit us up. Let's see what you got.
just in case you missed it live.
In case you missed it live.
Just in case you missed it live.
Oh, just in case you missed it live.
In case you missed it live, I'm doing something right now.
So we're all super excited.
This is dancing.
So what would that be, like a 7?
I cannot. I literally cannot. You guys have got to get it together.
Don't hate the player, don't hate the game. Hate the contract you didn't get.
He's a coward. He's a giant chicken shit.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's going to be like hurricane. Whoa.
Watch out for those girls. They are gagging them.
Hold the phone.
Hold on.
Bro.
Ben, the more brutal you are, the more power you have.
Right.
That was sexy. It was hot. It was heated. I was into it.
You are going to be the most high-paid hooker in the world.
Go ahead and invite your friends and everybody. Tell your mama. Tell them, go ahead and turn the stove off and get up on the computer so we can get on the stream.tv.
Thank you again for joining us, and until next week, bye-bye.
Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. And hopefully now you're seeing us also in the chat and everything. As far as Vi, I know you got some YouTube shout-outs now that we can throw out there.
Yeah, what's going on, everybody? It's good to see Blue and Music for the Radio. Thanks for always being around with us. Destiny Brown, hi. I like the Snow White picture in your profile picture because I like Snow White as well.
Hey, what's up, girl?
Martin Sevchek, John Elford. Who else we got here? Dylan Murphy, Ashay Nagar. It's good to see you regulars around.
What's
Love
up,
you
guys? What is up? And thank you for joining us again. And like I said, don't forget, give us your questions and comments. And if you're on Twitter, hashtag GothamAS, and we'll do our best to get you on the show. You know, give you a shout out and answer your question. Starting with questions, fan question number 1 actually comes from @Gcpd. Okay. You think Fish might be Vixen, judging from the final scene from the last episode? No offense, but hell to the no. I don't. I wouldn't want that to happen because I actually kind of am a fan of Vixen. Vixen's definitely a baddie from overseas that I like to see. Fish, it just seems like they're giving Fish one of those like baddest little person ever made. And it's like, it's getting a little worn out. Like right now, when she just took over the whole underworld, as I call it, like with the quick like, don't call me baby. And then she like looked at the big guy like, don't you move, don't you move.
Or the 2 guys that was gonna rape her and all, they're like, yeah, you know, we just changed our mind, it's cool.
I feel like it was more just a turnoff than a threat. They were just kind of like, I was gonna rape you, but then you started talking like that, and I was like, you know, it's not even. She looked like she probably stank and don't shave regularly. Like, forget it.
Why are you called
She got a
Fish?
bush. She got a bush.
She's not even, and you small anyway. You can't take the D. Like, they were just like thinking of
You
stuff.
can't take the
They were
D.
just like, forget it.
Oh my gosh.
But, I mean, it is, I see where you're coming from though, like we said with that last little like, scene that they had.
Like I said, X-Men.
It would be interesting. She does look like her, but I don't know, man. I don't think so. But we could be wrong. So, like I said, we'll both stay tuned and see what's up. Fan question number 2 comes from @2xMVP2224. Do you think they're going to make the Penguin look like an actual penguin, and how? I think at this point, it's a lot different than the Danny DeVito Penguin. So right now, we're kind of probably as close as we can get to looking like an actual penguin. He got the walk, he got the nose, he got the black and white suit all the time. It's probably about as close as we're going to get unless somebody chops his knees off and then put his feet on his knees, kind of like King of the Hill Dad. You know what I'm talking about?
I'm still waiting for the umbrella to be carried around regularly.
Yeah.
I mean, we see the umbrella in his restaurant now, so that's cool.
Yeah.
And I'm waiting for the monocle, the Monopoly monocle.
Ooh.
Yeah, I wonder if something happens.
But that's the same thing we're waiting on the glasses and mustache for Gordon. So
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
we hopefully get a little bit of both. Hopefully they come at the same time in like deliveries. Like just kind of like, oh, thank you, put it on, bam. Fan question number 3 actually comes from @AlexRam. It's a long number behind it. 148611141. All right. Do you think we're going to see anything that has to do with Bane? Well, I hate to burst your bubble, Alex, but we did already. On the one episode we had Viper, was it?
Yeah, it was Viper.
Was the name of the Viper
Which
stuff?
was like the
prelude
pre-Venom.
to pre-Venom, yeah.
Pre-Venom.
It was the one that had the side effects because the Venom didn't have much of a side effect.
Yeah, they talked about it in the episode. They're
Yeah.
like, oh, this is the stuff that didn't work, but we've already perfected it and we turned it into Venom. So we're just selling this stuff out on the street.
So that's our shout out to Bane at the moment. I mean, unless we get like a quick little shot of a little South American kid running in like, I'm a criminal.
or maybe little Fish is gonna take little Bane under her wing in this little prison.
You never know. You never know, because he's like a master tactician and all that kind of stuff too. So we'll see, but I feel like that's as close as we're gonna get. He's probably doing guerrilla warfare right now. We don't know, but you know, I feel like that's as close to a Bane prelude as we've gotten so far. And so, hopping on to the people that we got in the chat right now. We got any live questions, Vi? What's good?
We had a really good live question, and I can't find it, so I'm going to paraphrase it. But music for the radio, you had said, like, not just music for the radio, pretty much all you guys are like, hey guys, let's talk about what we saw in the preview for next week's episode, which was maybe Joker, right?
Ooh, okay, well,
let's talk about that. We got to start with David.
We're going to talk about that. David, I'm going to let you have this one, because, I mean, my thoughts on it, Joker, all right, you know, it's Joker. I'm glad to see him, but I didn't feel like I wanted to see him like this. But I'm going to let you have this.
I feel like if they put Joker in this show, that is the minute that this show just explodes and dies. Because you can't have Joker without Batman, and if you put either one of them in this show, nobody's gonna care anymore about, like, first of all, if we start seeing Joker, nobody's gonna give a shit about Penguin anymore.
And nobody's gonna, I feel like nobody's gonna care about Gordon either.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, like, with tonight, it seems like this show has become Batman Origins and not Gotham. You know, like the strength of what I have seen the show do so far are the origin stories, and that's not exactly the same as, like, you know, Gotham and Jim Gordon and stuff like that. So especially, yeah, the minute that you put Joker in, it's going to be just an origins show, which I guess is okay.
No, it's
what
terrible.
You got, David? What you got?
It's terrible because the Joker doesn't have a concrete origin story.
Break it down to him then. Break it down to
So,
people
like,
at home.
every version of the origin story of Joker that we have, which were there are several different ones, and this is something I thought The Dark Knight, Christopher Nolan's film, did so well. Every time when somebody asked him where he got the scars, it was a different story every time. And that's how it is in the comics. Joker, I mean, sometimes he said he used to be the Red Hood. Sometimes he said the Killing Joke is another version that he said that's what happened. But then at the end of the Killing Joke, Joker says, but then again, I don't really know. Every time I tell the story, it's different. I like to have multiple choice answers.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's one of the great things about the Joker. He doesn't have an origin story. Like, he's just a sociopath.
Yeah.
And, like, you're going to have to concrete pick an origin story for Joker. Like,
or you can just have a 16-year-old that's already a liar, and he could already just be completely effed up. Like, if they are going to give him an origin story, I would love for them to put something forward, and then at the end
would be
find
a great
out that
way
it was
to
a
do
big
it.
facade. Because I gotta admit, like, the 30, you know, the 0.3 seconds that I saw of this kid already, I was like, look at that sociopathic, complete lack of empathy, just nutso. And so, I mean, yeah, it was this much, but already I was like, yeah, I like the little bit that I saw. Don't be another, you know, tease, like with the iceberg
I feel
lounge.
like Gotham must be
Batcave.
hurting for ratings, because if they're pulling out the Joker right now, you know, next episode is going to be the biggest episode of the season.
So we'll see, guys. So, like I said, hashtag GothamAS if you're on Twitter. Check us out on Facebook and subscribe to the Stream.TV here on YouTube. And we'll see you next week, next Monday. Okay, so hopefully, you know, next episode is as good as we hope it is, and that Joker cameo has a little bit more, because we need to see David smile next time and not bang his head on the table. All right? So we'll catch you next week, guys, on the Gotham After Show. Peace out.
Bye.
Till then.
Join the conversation for your favorite TV shows. Hit us up on the Stream.TV or subscribe on the YouTube channel. Also, don't forget, send us all your questions and everything on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, whatever social media you got. If you don't got one, send a pigeon with a letter. We're going to be right here.